Okay, I'm doing my Tinder advice. Hold on. While we queue up for this game, I kind of want to go over some different Tinder advice that I have. I kind of want to just talk about Tinder advice for ladies. This is primarily Tinder advice for ladies if you're having trouble getting attention on Tinder and getting noticed and stuff like that. This is just some advice that I have for the females watching my stream. Next week, I'm going to do advice for males. So basically, one of the first rules of Tinder is to have a really good profile picture. It's really important that in Tinder you really just want to have a profile picture that really just kind of explains who you are just in a single picture, because what a lot of people don't realize is a picture is worth like 1,000 words. So that's a lot of words that a picture is worth, and one of the things that you really want to focus on is just having a really great picture to be able to have on your Tinder. You want it to be something that kind of just explains who you are and something that kind of says who you are and what you're all about, things that you really enjoy, and just different stuff like that. One of the pictures that I like to use for my Tinder profile that I think has been getting a lot of really great feedback is a picture of me bent over with my rectum gaped open, and I think that's just like, like I wanted to be something, just like a little playful, just something a little bit fun and playful that kind of just says a lot about me. So that's kind of what my Tinder profile picture is, and it's gotten a really great response so far. Another tip that I have is, that sounds like a clever pick. Yeah. It just really gets a lot of really great responses for me. Another tip that I have is, whenever you take a picture, you also want it to be a picture of you with large groups of other people, to kind of make people think that you have friends. That's also really important. Another really important part of having a good Tinder profile is having a really interesting profile that says a lot about you. So kind of what I have written in my profile that I feel like says a lot about me is, like I said, I just kind of want it to be something playful. So my Tinder profile just says that I love anal. I think it's like a really fun approach, and it's gotten me a lot of really great responses and everything like that. You just kind of want an explanation of what you're looking for. Okay, and then another important thing about Tinder is it's really important to have a really great opening line. And I'm just going to kind of let all of the ladies in on a little bit of a secret that I have in one of my favorite opening lines that I like to use whenever I'm trying to start up a conversation on Tinder, because on Tinder, guys really like it whenever you message them first. That just kind of shows that you're serious about the whole thing. One of the opening lines that I like to use is I like anal sex, and it does work really great. I did have to kind of cover up the photos, but as you can see, in this conversation, somebody messaged me and they said, "Hey, what's up?" And I said, "Hey, I like anal sex." And he said, "Ah, I saw that in your bio." And I said, "Yes, explanation, 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 exclamation." And I said, "What about you?" And he said, "I don't mind at all." And I said, "Oh, thank God. I've had a real problem finding guys that are into that sort of thing." "Well, you found the guy. This is amazing. I've been really looking for a guy who will pound this ass." So, like I said, it's just a really great icebreaker to have, and it's worked really well for me so far. Hold on. I have another conversation. Here's another one that I had. My profile does say that I like anal sex. So somebody messaged me and they said, "Hey, anal sex time." I said, "Hey, I like anal sex. What about choking on dick?" "Yeah, that's okay, I guess, but I prefer anal sex." And he said, "Name the time and place." And I said, "Right now, Walmart parking lot, sex in Walmart parking lot." "Yes, what Walmart? I want it to be a nice one." So just kind of moving that into being able to meet up is a really great thing to veer off to, because then you're making it real. So That's another really great conversation that I've had. And here, let's see. Um, Another thing that I like to use. Another thing that I like to use if the anal sex line isn't enough, I like to say, hey, I have two legs and a vagina in between them. Oh, okay, I would hope so. And then I just say, so are we fucking or not? And if you want, I'm down. So that's really great. Apparently, guys are really into anal sex and they're really into things that have two legs and a vagina in between them. So if you just kind of talk about those things, it's really useful. So that's just some of the Tinder advice that I have. Like I said, if the anal sex line won't work, normally you can just say, I'm a female, or I have a vagina, or I have two legs and a vagina. The two legs part is really important because guys don't really like amputees. Some of them do, but most of them are unfortunate, and that's kind of something you want to veer away from. But overall, that's just kind of some really good pre-talk to start off with as far as Tinder advice goes. It's sort of like a social lubricant. Honestly, using my methods, I've been using these methods for the past 2 weeks, and I have had sex with over 200 different men in less than 2 weeks, honestly, and I have only contracted 2 different STDs. So, you know, overall, it just kind of takes commitment. It takes being committed. And if it's something that you can continue to be committed to, then I think that, you know, you'll do great on it. That's just some of the information and feedback I have for females who are trying to use Tinder. So that's my Tinder advice for the week to females.